Hello, Ellie with Who Culture here with some breaking news. Courtesy of TV Zone on Twitter and on their website as well, they have got some new information from Doctor Who magazine, issue 585, which will be released tomorrow. Now, if you don't already, then we would massively encourage you to go check out Doctor Who magazine. They've got lots of exclusive information, and particularly tomorrow there'll be an exclusive chat with Millie Gibson. Now, we're not sponsored by Doctor Who magazine, although if you'd like to, that would be great, but we just really like their work, and so we would highly encourage you to go and check it out if you haven't already. But without further ado, let's get into this breaking news. First and foremost, Christmas specials are back! Christmas specials are back. Now, it's been quite some time since we've had a Christmas special. We've had New Year's specials, but Christmas specials have long since been a thing of the past. In fact, the last Christmas special that we did see was the 2017 Christmas special, Twice Upon a Time, which was Peter Capaldi's final episode that saw him at the end regenerate into Jodie Whittaker. And that does make Jodie Whittaker's Doctor the only Doctor of the reboot era to not have their own Christmas special. Whether that's something that Chris Chibnall wanted to kind of put a little bit of a twist on his era of the show, or whether there was some sort of contractual thing that the BBC said, actually, you can't have Christmas Day, but you can have New Year's Day, who knows. But the fact that we have Christmas specials coming back, I see as a win. Now, it seems that we're going to have a Christmas special every year starting in 2023, and in the interview in Doctor Who magazine, Russell T Davies said, "For the first time ever, I'm writing a Christmas special at Christmas. And this isn't for next year, no. The 2023 script has been long since signed off. The new one is for end of year 2024. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I definitely think that Christmas specials are better than the New Year specials. And I particularly think that because, to me, Doctor Who is a family show. That's not just to me, Doctor Who is a family show. And so, if you put Christmas Day and New Year's Day next to each other, I think Christmas Day is a more family-centric day. New Year, I mean, I guess maybe New Year's Day is slightly different, but I think that New Year celebrations is much more of an adult thing. And so I definitely think that having a Christmas special of Doctor Who just makes it so much more family friendly and really brings everybody together. And also, I just love waiting for Christmas specials. There is just something about going, look, it's 7 o'clock, we need to watch Doctor Who now, everybody be quiet, put your toys down, we've got to watch Doctor Who, it's Christmas Day. It was part of my childhood growing up, and I think it's really good that it's going to become a part of children's lives again. Now, in other news, Series 14 will have 8 episodes. Now, that's not as many as a typical full-length series, but it's definitely more than we saw in the likes of Flux, and also more than the 3 episodes that we got just in this year. And there are hints made by Russell T Davies that we will see more episodes in future series. Now, in regards to the long gap between now and the 60th, Russell T Davies says that there will be no more gap years. He said, "It takes a while to get the Empire in shape, but that's a serious plan. Annual Doctor Who, no gap years, lots of content, on and on." Now, the fact that he's used the word Empire here is very intriguing. It is anticipated that he will be bringing back some spin-offs. We know that he does so well with the Doctor Who spin-offs, with the likes of the Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood. They were both massively successful, so it is highly anticipated and expected that we're going to get spin-offs. But the fact that he's used the word Empire here just highlights that he's really building something big here. Something more than just one series, I think. Now, it was also announced in this release that there will be some new crew members. Some of them are old faces that we are familiar with, or the production is familiar with, such as Sandra Cosfeld as the production coordinator, and she's worked on Doctor Who for quite some time now. But you've also got some new names thrown in there that maybe suggest that we're gonna get a bit of a mix-up. For example, you've got Pam Down as the costume designer, but does that mean that Ray Holman, who has been working on Doctor Who as the costume designer for well over a decade, is he out? Now everybody is waiting so eagerly for the reveal of Ncuti Gatwa's costume as the Doctor, and with a new costume designer coming in, then we could be in for a real treat here, something completely different that we've not really seen before. Now obviously the costume of the Doctor is such an iconic part of the character, and the costumes that Ncuti Gatwa wears in Sex Education are very vibrant and bright, so I think a lot of people are anticipating something similar for his Doctor, but maybe it would be interesting to see him in something different. We can only wait for that reveal, which will hopefully not be too far away, considering that filming has begun on their era of Doctor Who. Now I think a name that people are hoping to see on a release like this at some point will be Murray Gold. Now, as of yet, that has not been announced. His name was not on the list of crew members in this article. But I think a lot of people are anticipating it, a lot of people are hoping for it, myself included. And finally, Russell T Davies addressed the tiny little teaser clip that we got of Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor in the teaser trailer for the 60th. Now, he was only in one tiny little clip for just a few seconds saying one line. But the location that he's in that clip has been revealed by Russell T Davies to be a one-off thing. He said, "You'll never see that again because the actual location would give away too much." It does put further backbone to my theory that Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor will be trapped in that limbo that we saw in The Power of the Doctor, and he is obviously trying to emerge as the new incarnation, but for some reason the David Tennant incarnation has overtaken him and won't let him come through. That's my theory, and the fact that Russell T Davies has hinted towards the location being very important and being giving too much away if he had shown it in the trailer, I think that may well be the case. Who knows? That could age terribly, but that's my theory. So that's pretty much everything that was covered in the release that we saw earlier today. Obviously, make sure that you try and get your hands on a copy of Doctor Who magazine. As I said, we're not sponsored by them, but we do really appreciate and like the work that they do. So it would really be worth your while to go and see what other things are included in their issues. Obviously, we will try and get news out to you as quickly as we possibly can. As new things are released in the build-up to the 60th and beyond, we will endeavour to get them out to you as quickly as we possibly can. And on that note, make sure that you're looking out for our weekly podcasts, because we are covering smaller pieces of news in those as well. Now, generally they are being released on a Wednesday, but if something like this happens on a Wednesday, then it may be pushed to a Thursday or a Friday. But just keep your eyes peeled, make sure that notification bell is on, and then you won't miss any of the videos that we post. For now, that's all I have to say. Make sure that you are following us on all the different socials, on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find me personally on Twitter at @elittlechild, on Instagram at ellie.littlechild, and TikTok as well. You can find Sean over on Twitter at Sean Ferrick, and over on Instagram at Sean.Ferrick88. And don't forget to also look out for Dan the Meeks, who makes all of our hard work that isn't really hard work look wonderful in a beautiful edited video. I've been Ellie with Who Culture, and in the words of River Song herself, goodbye, sweeties.